How's it going, YouTube? Got FourthStarTCG here, and today I'm going to dig into a topic that I absolutely love, and I love it so much I want to share it with you guys. And it is Japanese exclusive promos. So I got some play promos here just as an example, but Japanese exclusive promos, they've been around forever. They've been around from the beginning of the Pokemon hobby all the way up through the Sun and Moon era. Let's see, I think I might even have some of the best Japanese exclusive promos. Yep, there you go. Shining Mew, one of the best Japanese exclusive promos right there. And these cards are just fantastic. So I wanted to make a little video talking about them, talking about why they're so awesome, and why I think you should pick some up. So first off is possibly the biggest factor, which is the daring that the Pokemon Company shows with these promos. English Pokemon cards, you do not get a lot of exclusivity with those, and there really isn't a lot of exciting limited release promotional cards. Sometimes you'll have stuff like the shiny Magikarp that you could get in Target. You know, every now and then you'll have a GameStop promo which has like a little, it's a holo card with a little stamp in the corner. But Japanese promos blow English out of the water. Japanese promos are usually, the exclusive Japanese promos, they are, the only time you're going to find that artwork is in Japanese. Like with these play promos, this Blanks Rayquaza, the only time you're finding this artwork is on this card. There's no English card that has it. The same with this Groudon, the same with the Kyogre. A lot of the play promos were transitioned at some point into English, but these Blanks cards were never done, and that's what makes them so special in my opinion. But again, there's really something for every collector. So you've got, the Shining Mew in the beginning, and it goes all the way up to things like the Scream promos, the Munch promos. And the daring there is really just fantastic. To do promotional Pokemon cards styled in the art of Edward Munch, that's just nuts, and it's amazing. And these Japanese exclusive promos are often heavily sought after by collectors because of this, because there's no comparable English release. And in Japan, the variety is crazy. You've got your exclusive promos that are designed for competitors, like the Blanks play promo. You've got the ones which are more designed for collectors that sort of go out there and, do something wild, like, you got the Scream promos, of course, but then also like the Poncho Pikachu full art promos that were in the XY era. Those are fantastic, and those have gone up in value quite a bit. So the daring and the excitement that's present in these promotional cards is often just fantastic. But also, Japan will do these promos for all sorts of things. They'll do them for store openings. For example, I've got this awesome shiny Cracked Ice Rayquaza promo from Pokemon Center Skytree opening. And, you're not going to see this art in English. It's way back from the XY era. We're now a generation removed. And, you're not seeing this shiny Rayquaza art. And, there really aren't many cards featuring shiny Rayquaza. What have you got? You've got the Gold Star, you've got the Call of Legends copy, you've got the, the Ancient Origins, the Black and White, the XY promo, and that's probably about it. Shining Rayquaza, the Hidden Fates. It's picked up recently, but, this is one of the few cards that features Shiny Rayquaza, and it's only available as this promo card. All of those other cards have, some English and Japanese release. I think the only other exclusive Japanese Shiny Rayquaza card would be the Nobunaga's Ambition promo Shiny Rayquaza. But again, correct me if I'm wrong with that. That's another example of great Japanese exclusive promos. That Nobunaga's Ambition Rayquaza came with a game, a DS game. And yeah, it's super cool. These Japanese exclusive promos are really interesting. So now that we've gone through the sort of daring and excitement that's present in Japanese promos, another thing I want to talk about is the relatively low print numbers. Japanese Pokemon cards are produced at a much lesser level than English cards. Japanese is not sort of print to demand like English is. In Japan, usually you've got, one run of a set, and then, that's pretty much it. And you see that in both the set cards and also with the promos. You can see that with, try looking up sealed XY Japanese booster boxes. They're not really out there. Even stuff from the early Sun and Moon era is fairly difficult to find. Sealed Japanese boxes are, opened at a much higher rate. They're not stocked like English boxes are. A box of Evolutions in Japanese CP6, that's over $200 a box now. Meanwhile, English is still, wallowing a little bit. Gone up a little bit, but I think that's because of the modern hype. But, so back to promos, what I'm trying to say here is that these promotional cards, the level of printing is not what you would expect from an English release. And that means that, it leads itself to a very interesting sort of value curve in the market. Now, I don't want to get too much into market. I want to do a little bit of a collecting video here. But, market is important to collecting. And once there's a small initial window for you to grab these promo cards, and then after a while it becomes a lot more difficult. So like these play promos right here, the certs are all from the 2 series. So they're obviously, they're 10, so because they're 2 certs, they're really PSA 6s. I mean, but these are much harder to find these days. I graded these probably, 3 to 4 years ago when I was first getting started in Pokemon, and finding these play promos in mint condition a lot harder. For some of the more recent releases, even like the Skytree Rayquaza, if you didn't buy them at the beginning, if you aren't holding them since the 2016 release, it's going to be harder to find them in mint condition and get them graded. So the opportunity window for grabbing these promos, I'd suggest you do it, maybe 6 months after they've been released, 5 to 6 months. That gives the value time to settle, but you're still picking up ones that have been, that don't have a lot of time to be damaged out there. So yeah, the Japanese promo market, it's really interesting. You can have some stuff that's really crazy, like the Giovanni Scheme and Jesse and James promos from the Team Rocket special case. Those are just ridiculously beautiful artworks, and they're crazy expensive, thousands of dollars a piece. But then you can have stuff, probably, this isn't really an exclusive promo, but you can have stuff like this Korokoro Mega Salamence, or, what was an exclusive promo for a long time, the Shiny Mega Gengar, or you can have, again, not really an exclusive promo anymore, but let me see if I just got it right here. Yep, I got stacks of these. The Shiny Rayquaza Redemption promo. So it is a little bit hit or miss, but for most part you can determine what's going to be a big card in the future. Poncho Pikachu, the Giovanni Scheme, I don't know what, I think those were fairly limited to maybe 1,000 copies or something. But, Japanese promos as a whole, they're so fantastic for collecting because of that daring that Pokemon puts in, because of that relatively limited print number, and, again, just because they provide something that you really can't get in English. So if you are an English-only collector, I would highly suggest that you pick out some Japanese promos and pick them up, because it's fantastic. There's no other place that you're going to find these artworks. The Shiny Rayquaza, there's no other place you're going to find the play promos. I think the Blanks Rayquaza is possibly the best Rayquaza artwork ever done, and you're only finding that in Japanese. So highly suggest that all of you go out and pick up some Japanese exclusive promos. You're going to have a blast doing it, and it's going to really add to your collection. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stick around for more videos.